Could we see another significant Arctic blast into the southeast? The eastern PNW and northern plains could see temperatures 20 to 30 degrees below average as we push into the beginning of next week. Our latest American model is calling for some potential record-breaking snowfalls out west and in the northeast. And our severe weather threat has now shifted south into Tennessee. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. We have another winter storm that will be moving through the northern plains and out east this weekend. From North Dakota all the way through Michigan, our Euro has pulled back on totals slightly, wanting to put a band of 4 to 7 inches through this area. This snowfall in the northeast is expected to come Saturday and really mimic our last snowstorm, just with slightly higher totals. Our more south and western areas like parts of upstate New York, northern PA, and north central Jersey could see anywhere between 1 to 3 inches, while we could see a blanket of 3 to 6 inches through the rest of New England and upstate New York. Now, some of our highest elevation mountains out here in the northwest could receive 1 to 2 feet of snow, and this does include from the Sierra Nevada north in California, with some good snow for our ski resorts down in Utah and Colorado expected as well. I did want to highlight the major discrepancy between our American model and Euro model for our snowstorm next week. This would potentially fall somewhere between Monday and Wednesday. Our Euro shows a blanket of potentially 3 to 6 inches through the mid-Atlantic here, while our GFS thinks a foot through the mid-Atlantic is possible in some areas, and also a much heavier band of snow beginning out in Nebraska and Kansas and moving out east through the Ohio Valley and southern Midwest. Right now I am favoring our Euro look, although sometimes, like I say, we do see these models kind of average out and we'll end up with a blend of the Euro and the American. As soon as we get that model consensus, I'll let you know, because depending on the outcome, this could be some people's biggest snowfall of the year. We are concerned with this weekend ice as well, falling in basically the same exact area as it did with our last winter storm. With these winter storms, there is a possibility of having back-to-back severe weather outbreaks in the southeast. This event could really last a whole week from Monday to Friday. So we are expecting the SPC to highlight this area for severe weather as we move forward in time. We are still watching for the threat of severe weather and potentially tornadoes until about 2 a.m. through Tennessee. You can see much of the state is in a marginal to a slight risk, so again, just stay weather alert. Here's our current freezing line across the states. Now watch that line as we move forward in time. We do have some model consensus on this freezing line dropping very far into the southeast. Our Arctic oscillation does drop negative around the same time frame, and so does our NAO. And look at the agreement between the Euro, the GFS, and the Canadian, which hasn't fully loaded in, but you can see that trough digging down into the southeast. Part of the reason we are expecting this very cold air to sink back down into the lower 48 and potentially into the southeast is this ridge building up in Alaska and across Canada. This will help to push some of that surface cold air back down to the south. This is pointing for the potential for either a significant snowstorm or some very severe weather deep into the south. Lastly, I did want to point out our total quantitative precipitation through portions of Idaho, Oregon, and California. Most of this in California will be high elevation snowfall, although we could see some low elevation snowfall up in Idaho and Oregon. And with this system over the next 48 hours, we could see low elevation winds anywhere between 20 to 40 miles per hour, with winds up in the highest elevations possibly reaching hurricane force winds near 70 to 75 miles per hour. I appreciate you watching this video. If you like this type of content, feel free to throw me a follow or a sub. I make posts like this every single day and I stream every single night. I'll see you in the next video.